Greetings, Dr. Jeff Spencer with another tactic from the Champion's Blueprint, and welcome. This morning I want to take you through just a typical morning ritual that myself and everybody else on the team goes through each and every day. And the most important thing, like right now, about this is that we don't commit things as much to memory as what's reality. And that's the name of the game right now. Things are happening very fast and very furious. We've had a lot of problems with rain that makes things much more difficult in terms of getting from here to there, and so much easier to get behind schedule and make those mental errors, and we want to make sure that we don't do that, because that's what could take the whole team down. And as you can see here, we've got a rainy day again and again and again. Usually at this time of the year, this place is blistering hot in the south of France near the Pyrenees Mountains on the Spanish border, but that's not the case here. So let me kind of take you through a little tour here of my room, and it's a mess on purpose only because I've put everything out here so that I can look at it and know exactly what I've got and not be guessing about what I think it is, because nothing's worse than to have to respond to something and what you believe it is isn't what it really is, and you're not capable of responding because what you thought you had, you don't. Major, major, major problem here. And so this is really my room. This is the bed here. You can see what I've got to go through here. I've got to repack the suitcase, got to go through everything. I've got some kinesio tape, I've got a laser, here are some clothes, this is my rain gear that I've got to take with me. And then in this suitcase here I've got lasers, I've got tape, I've got electrode patches, I've got extra hats, I've got everything that I need. Then of course up here there's a charging laser. Here's my command central computer there where everything takes place. We got a couple of video cameras that I'm using to do these Champions Blueprint tactics for you. Here's another duffel bag here that's got some earthing equipment in it, and then we've got my briefcase here with my sunglasses on top, and then we've got, in this case like right here that I'm kicking, I have a couple of frequency specific microcurrents and NRX 5000 device. I actually take both of these on the bus with me. And then over here is my personal suitcase. You can see that it's got my standard process supplements in it, and then my chiropractic table is tucked in behind this Ondiment device, which is in the silver case. This is a biofeedback device, one of my most important ways of looking into the hidden world inside the body and finding out what's there before the riders know that it's there. And then this is the backpack that I take, got a couple of pieces of fruit, tape, electrode patches, and then this right here, this is the room sheet that tells me where all the riders are so that I can find them easily. And we get one of these at each and every hotel that we go to. The head attendant, called a soigneur, makes that available. And there's an interesting convergence here that happened last night. We've got this window here, and then we've got the door here to the room. Then I've also got my chiropractic table here. You can see it tucked behind there in gray. I unfortunately had a tear in the table there, and you can see I had to duct tape it down. Not the prettiest thing, but that's what you got to do in the foxhole to be able to keep things moving forward. So this is the way that it went down. Absolutely amazing thing that happened last night. So I was working on one of the riders, had my chiropractic table set up here, and I got finished actually quite late at night, which I always do. Get done maybe around 11:30, 12 o'clock. Things happen late here in Europe, and so once I got done here, I decided to take a shower. One of the rituals that we do each and every day when we get to the hotel, we take all of the furniture out that's unnecessary. That's where we set up the chiropractic tables, the massage tables, and everything else that we've got to do to be able to get the tasks of the day done, to be able to clean the slate and start the next day 100% ready to go. And so I took one of the lights here, and this is, I don't know if you can see this light here. Yeah, you can. You see this long light? Well, I took this light and I put it out in the hall because it was a tripping device, basically. So when I put the light in the hall, at night I needed to be able to see because there wasn't enough light in this room, and I took a shower. I guess it was around 1 a.m. or so. I can't, everything's a blur. And I had this window open because there's no air conditioning here, and when it gets hot or it gets cold, you've got to kind of regulate the temperature by opening and closing windows. Kind of an old school type of air conditioning heating system. And when I was done with my shower, I went to the door and I opened the door to go out into the hall to get the lamp to bring it back in so I could see. And I had the window left open here. And when I stepped out into the hall, I was actually kind of naked as a jaybird. So I stepped out into the hall and I thought to myself, well, you know what? It's like nobody's going to notice here. I mean, we're on a floor with the team. We're all males, no big deal. So I stepped out into the hall, and unfortunately a wind came through the window here and it actually blew the door shut. So I was standing in the hallway by myself, naked as a jaybird. And I had to get back in, and it was around, I think it was around 1:30 last night, 1:30 a.m. this morning. And so I was out there in the hall by myself, all naked, and it's like, what am I going to do here? It's like, I don't have a key to get back in. How am I going to do this? So I decided, well, maybe I can go to the reception area to get another key. I mean, that was really my only choice. So I picked up a tablecloth on top of one of the tables that was out in the hall that one of the other people had put into the hall, and I used that as my kind of saran wrap or my Roman toga imitation. And I walked to reception, and you can only imagine what the people thought of me. Here, this crazy Z American, this crazy guy walking through the bar. I had to get through the bar to be able to get to the reception area, to be able to get the key to get into my room. So again, you never know what's going to happen. And the kind of take-home rule is that you should never take anything for granted at any time under any given set of circumstances, because what you think it is isn't always what it is. And that's certainly one of the most important valuable lessons, and one of the tenets of the Champions Blueprint that we've got to follow so precisely here. Otherwise we run that risk, and then all of a sudden things can become this major international scandal that inconveniences so many people and just bogs the program down. It's just absolutely terrible. So again, I hope you learned something today in today's tactic from the Champions Blueprint. And this is Dr. Jeff Spencer saying, may you always look at things in advance and never take anything for granted so you don't get caught with your pants down. So until next time, Dr. Jeff Spencer saying thanks for coming along for the ride from France. Until next time, ride big and ride strong. We'll see you next time.